Hey, I'm Shelby.
And I'm Courtney,
We're exploring our past
looking forward to our future,
and living for the present
uh, while
while
learning how to live.
learning magically. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Hello.
Hey,
You're back. You're back in your good old home with your bar that is it finished?
nope.
That your bar that will never be finished behind you.
My
Sorry.
bar is not finished. We got home like Saturday. We ended up flying out a little early because of the storm that was coming in. JetBlue was like, "You can move your flights because you're not getting out of here otherwise." I don't know if
Yeah.
it ended up being as bad as they thought, but I was like, "I'm not staying." We'd already been in New York a month. I like was ready to come home.
Yeah.
So we came home, immediately texted the guy about the bar and said, like, we're home. We'll be leaving again in March. So like we need you to come. And he's like, yeah. And it's now what day is today?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. And yeah. I mean, he was like, yeah, I'll be there, but
Yeah, okay.
Wednesday. So yeah.
So annoying.
Yeah.
Our ceilings like still not painted because it's something that we have to do because apparently that doesn't come when you
Oh,
hire a general contractor and uh, you're not going to catch me painting the ceiling and my dad volunteered and I think he might have forgot.
we did ours. AJ did ours. I stood around and clapped occasionally. The worst. And now I see, right now I can see like all the mess ups. It's the
Yeah,
worst.
we got like a quote to get the it painted and it was going to be like the ceiling and then also the walls that needed to be painted at the time. And the guy wanted like I think he wanted like 3 grand. And I
Yep.
was like, what? Our
I,
house is not.
I
No.
think we paid like 2,700 to get our house. And my stupid self had it like freshly painted before we rented it out.
Yeah, that was silly.
So dumb. And then they painted it the wrong color.
Even
anyway.
you're not that you're that's still expensive, but you have like vaulted ceilings at least. So it has
Sure.
a little bit more work. Like mine, you could stand on a stool. So I don't know.
You could touch your ceiling from a stool.
Yeah. We probably
That's amazing. Okay.
we probably only have like 8 foot ceilings.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And so we didn't hire that guy, but now I'm kind of like, do we call him back? Well, maybe we won't call him back, but maybe call somebody else back to see, just to paint.
Well, you said recently, I think on the interwebs, that you're like tired of your starry wallpaper, right?
Sure am, yeah.
So maybe like just do, really do it up if you're gonna pay a guy.
Well, that is just like I can paint a plain Jane wall.
Yeah, but isn't he gonna paint it all? Wasn't that quote for everything?
No, he was gonna paint like the ceiling and like 2 little walls and then do some trim, which I ended up doing the walls. Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh,
He was just
shout out to whoever said they just started watching the pod on Facebook, YouTube. I hope they saw that jaw-dropping moment.
yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see my wet hair
I think it
dripping.
looks great. That price was literally for the ceiling and two walls. I'm sorry, I missed that before.
And we're not talking like full walls, we're talking half walls because
No.
it was it was crazy. I left that guy on red. I was like,
Yeah,
time is
that's
money, but you're being a little cray cray.
maybe we need to get into the painting business.
Truly.
I mean,
Because
we're
t-shirt
tall.
where it's at.
Yeah. Heard.
Oh my God.
Yesterday I went back to work at the preschool and it was wonderful. I was working with a new teacher and she said like, what did you do before this? And I explained, whatever. And I said, she said like, oh, are you sad you left it? Or like, why did you leave? Whatever. And I said, you know, I felt like I had grown that business as large as I could grow it. And I like knew something else was out there for me. So I just like took the leap. We're still looking for whatever that is. So
Coming.
it's like,
It's coming.
it's coming. It's in there somewhere. It's fine.
I still believe that wholeheartedly though.
We'll see. Yeah.
I do. I don't know what it is yet. I've tried I used to give you ideas, even I've run out. So
Right? I know. I have a new one in my mind I'll have to share with you later. I think it's actually a good one, but I have some
You said
kinks
that
to
about a
work
lot,
out.
and then you still don't like make them happen. So I don't know.
I know. I know. I do feel like I'm finally like back in my groove of life though, which feels
Okay.
great. Yeah, I'm like motivated. I was like embroidering again. I've been like cooking. I'm making the nut milks. I'm making the chia puddings. I'm cooking.
Um,
I got a freezer for the garage. I'm like just really living.
wow. Can you
So
send some of that energy my way?
I know. I actually was thinking about you this morning. I was washing dishes and it was like 9 a.m. and I was like, I've already done so much and it's 9 a.m. But I bet Shelby's already like ran around the block 3 times because like with a kid you get up at whatever time and like
Nah. Today was Kyle's day to get up, so
love that.
I laid in bed for as long as till I really felt guilty.
It was his day to get up with the baby or he had to get up for work.
Today was his day off, so it was his day to get up with the baby.
Oh, his day. I see, I see, I see. Got it. So he like got up with the baby but didn't have to like hold the baby and type.
No, but
He
sometimes he does.
yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, because like in the mornings it's pretty slow for him. So if he has to like work at 8 a.m., he's like, I'll just get up with Brooks, and I'm like, yeah, you do that. You do that.
What a legend. What an absolute legend.
It's great. Um, all right, so you're home.
I'm
Did
home.
Speck you or who missed who more?
No, I mean, I think we definitely missed Spec more. She gets taken very well care of. She's very well cared for at my mom's. My mom like cooks her a fresh egg every day, makes her like a bone broth, does whatever, takes her for, she's like, oh, her tummy grumbled. So I took her for like a 3 mile walk. I'm like,
Okay.
legendary. She doesn't get that here. So good.
Yeah, so she was like, "Oh, you're back. Cool."
Yeah. She was like, hey, great. But she did like come home and immediately fall asleep on the
Oh,
couch, which like with us, which I was like, oh, she feels, like safe and happy. And
no, she probably just really loved the couch.
well, and, yeah, our couch is also legendary. So true,
It was the couch.
true.
Not sorry.
No, you're right. You're right.
Just putting you in your place, you know?
Thank
Sometimes
you. That's what I
me.
keep you around for.
Yeah. Um,
I saw that Ashton tagged you recently, like your trip's coming up soon.
I know it's kind of crazy.
When is it?
The last week of March.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's amazing. It'll be so nice here.
And then we booked another trip at the last week of April with the Remolards.
Yeah. Oh, you were saying that. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Who,
And
so who is the Remelards? Who's coming?
it's us three, and then Reed and Ange, and
Yep.
then my father-in-law, my other brother-in-law, Todd, and Sadie.
Amazing.
Yeah, like the
The whole gang.
whole gang. And we plan, it's like during Sadie's vacation time, but we go until the day that mine and Kyle's annual passes expire, which is really sad. But
That was genius.
yeah,
That's all right. It's all right. Because you know what? They're out there, the annual passes. Also, you have until the last minute to decide. It's not like you get an early signing bonus. Also, if you take a couple of months off, it's like free. I do that sometimes with my SeaWorld annual pass. I'm like, I won't go for 3 months, so I might as well not renew it
yeah,
automatically because, like, you
that's
know,
what I mean. Yeah.
yeah,
So we're not renewing, and like hopefully there's not another pandemic, I guess. I don't know.
heard,
You know what I mean?
heard. Although my
Anywho,
my garden would appreciate another pandemic because I spent a lot of time outside. So
there are like you don't want to like go into the pros and cons of the pandemic, but man, sometimes I was like, I was thriving.
you were thriving. I also was thriving. I'm like a don't go outside person, don't like socialize person, even though I am loud and obnoxious. I just would rather like be at home and be mute. So yeah, I thrived in the pandemic.
And then I guess now that you like we say it out loud, I'm like, what did really change for me? Because I still don't really leave the house very
Right.
often.
Well, I think it's just like more looked down upon now.
Yeah, it's like yeah, exactly.
People are
Yeah,
like, posting their pictures from Hawaii, and you're like, all right, here I am riding the couch. Here I
yeah.
am
You're kind
freezing
of
in the
like
garage.
you feel like you have to go and do something.
Yeah.
Who decided that?
Who's to say? I love that. What a good perspective shift.
Um.
Love it.
Oh, do you have anything else in the? Like for us?
I am oh my gosh, I just have to say, Victoria and I are going on Thursday tomorrow to Epcot, and it is still Arts Fest.
Yeah.
I haven't been
Oh my
because
God.
like I was gone. So I am so excited, and there's like a Broadway concert series happening. She's like pre-researched all the food. I'm like amped
You're
for yeah, I'm ready. I haven't been to Disney since I guess maybe right before. It feels like it's been a long time. I don't
yeah.
know.
Well, for you, it probably has.
At least a month. Yeah.
And like arts is your favorite festival.
Farts is my favorite. I love farts.
Gotta go experience that.
Yeah. And the deconstructed BLT, I've been dreaming about it. So,
I haven't been to farts in a long time.
really?
Yeah,
You got to come back.
I know, I know. And
We're overdue for an outlet trip.
all right, I was just looking the other day. Flights, well, like right now, JetBlue's having a special, and there was flights out of Manchester for $25.
Get on the plane. You have a room here. We'll use points, whatever you want to do. Let's do it.
I was like, $25, how do I say no to this?
I'll let you stay at the house if I'm not here for
Isn't
$25.
that crazy
Just
talk?
like get out. Yeah.
I was like, okay, we just said how I don't like to leave the house. So,
I
uh,
know. That's all right.
well, 'cause I was like, oh my gosh, we're already going at the end of March and the end of April. That's like a lot for me.
When were these $25 flights?
Oh, they're like sporadic from like right now until June.
Great. Funnel it in because like June is the beginning of well, but you don't probably want to come in June if you don't have an AP.
Right.
We could figure it out. We know people.
True, but like it's real hot.
Oh, well, it's the beginning of the end. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like not it for me.
Okay, great. I am looking forward to seeing you before June on these trips, but also solo. Great, 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 great. Bring
Uh,
Brooks. It'll be a party.
I don't know if I could fly with him by myself. Oh my gosh.
Kyle can come.
I don't know if he can come, you know?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
that's the problem.
I mean, we have plenty of work from home space, so you could just like drop him off. The
That's
boys could share the baby.
sure.
Fine. It'd be fine. It'd be fine.
Um, okay, so that's so fun tomorrow. Tomorrow for me, I forgot. I am going to see Kelsey Ballerini.
Oh, you are? Wait, you were buying tickets on the pod once, right?
Oh yeah, I feel like it
Yeah.
really wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, it
And
wasn't.
the show's already here. It's tomorrow
Where is it?
in Boston.
Okay.
And I'm just really excited. Yeah.
Who are you going with?
Kristen.
Amazing. Are you
Yeah,
guys like staying over or you're driving, doing it, coming home?
just driving, coming home. I'm a little
Great.
nervous. We're getting like a snow ice storm tomorrow morning, so I'm hoping that's like not icy coming home.
Yeah.
We're gonna take the train, but the train like doesn't leave Boston until 11:30 at night, and we think the show's gonna be over at like 10:30. So we would have been home by 11:30. So it's like, you know what I mean?
Heard.
But I'm so excited. I've never seen her live, and she's like one of my favorites.
I know she is. That's so exciting. Good for you.
Yeah, very
And then
excited.
it's Valentine's.
And yeah, it's kind of like our Kelsey show is on like Galentine's. Like
I
what
know, I love that.
planning? And then it's Valentine's. Yeah,
Amazing. It's like
but
mom's night out, right? Because Chris has a baby now.
she does.
Unbelievable. The world
Uh,
is wild.
it really is. And yeah, and then it's Valentine's. I don't have any plans. Do you have plans?
We do. AJ was like, it's a surprise. And then by the end of the walk this morning, he like laid it all out. Um, we're the lamest. Literally, I'm about to describe the lamest things of all time, and I could not actually be happier. I couldn't plan a better day. Okay.
Okay.
AJ has a half day, so he's done it too. We have a reservation at 3,
I love it.
screaming at the melting pot.
Ooh.
This is the most like Americana stuff ever. Okay, we're doing the melting pot for like the Valentine's special. It's
I
like,
mean,
typical fondue stuff. Then promptly at 5, we have tickets to see Dog Man.
okay.
I don't know why, just like the ads look funny and we have the free movie pass, so
Right.
not free, we pay for it, whatever. Uh and then we'll be like home. AJ was like, it's plenty of time for us to like digest so you won't get a tummy ache before going to bed. Like
Really, just really played it out.
I know, I know. I was like, this is honestly legendary. He was like, if you want to go to the parks, you can, but like you're going to the parks the day before, so I didn't
Thought
think
you were,
you'd want to do that.
yeah,
It's like
amazing.
dreams. I couldn't think of a better day.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's
So you have no zero plans?
0 points.
I mean, like DoorDash is pretty romantic sometimes, you know?
Love me some DoorDash. Maybe
Right.
I'll go get some pizza dough and make some like heart-shaped pizzas and call it a day.
Don't say
What?
you don't have plans and then come up with like a crazy crafty night in.
Oh, that's so crazy and crafty.
It is.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Great.
Let's
Can't wait to trade tales at the end.
let's let's finish our discussion from last week, shall we?
Yes.
Okay.
So, as a
Let
reminder to the people, we named each our top three things we miss the most about Disney. And our top three, mine were old Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom at Night, and Spectrum Magic. And yours were Extra Magic Hours,
yeah.
Dream Lights on the Castle,
Yeah.
and Osborne Lights.
Yeah, all about the lights.
Amazing. And since then, we've had a lot of people like weigh in, right?
Yeah, and I'm wondering if it's going to change any of our opinions.
What do you mean?
Like maybe it's going to one one that we didn't think of is going to take place of our top threes.
I don't think I could be shooken like that.
Fine. Hey,
We'll see.
can I give a shout out to Gingerbread Couture for
I love
this?
her. Is that a TTPD bow?
Yeah,
Oh, so cute.
but it's like claw clip. Isn't that so like well thought out?
Oh, I love that.
So like you have this wet hair,
Yeah,
just like bada boom, put it in a claw clip, but it's like kind of nice because it's has like a bow.
it looks beautiful.
Not really.
So good.
Any
I love that. And then your hair doesn't get like, I always, when it's wet, I'll put it in like a ponytail or something stupid, and then it gets like a kink in it. And then I'm just like,
yeah,
that's a great move right there.
but the bow on a claw clip, I just think is like elegant.
Amazing. I love
Anywho,
it. Elegante.
let's dive in. You
Let's
have
dive in.
you have the list from the people.
Yeah, I'll read them off. You can build them up or shut them down.
Okay.
I think we should give like an immediate, we should have like a word like smash or pass, but like that feels inappropriate. I don't know.
Okay.
Like go or no. No, that's confusing.
Um, like, well, it has to be like you can like leave it or
So like love it or leave it.
love it or leave it.
Great.
Love it or
Okay.
list.
Love it or list it. Great. These are three that I wrote down myself. So feel
Oh,
free to give me some rejection.
okay.
Um, and I don't know if you're so young. Mer. I know you're not. That I know, but do you remember these? Toontown.
Yes, I remember Toontown.
And also, we've been to California recently, so
Yeah,
like they still have it.
yeah.
Love it or list it.
Well, I love it, and I think it's a good thing for like young kids. I guess the only reason why I'm like okay that I guess it's not in Disney World is because it does still exist at Land,
True.
but there's so much space at World. I don't feel like there's a reason for it to not exist.
Yeah, I mean, I know New Fantasyland was the name of that like expansion where they put in like Mine Train and Little Mermaid Ride and stuff and took out Toontown. I know they like added land space, but they also took out Toontown. Um, my thing is like, I guess a circus tent is smaller than a couple of houses, but like, why do we have to meet them in a tent,
Yeah,
not their house?
and really, if we're talking about like that's they call New Fan, like where Dumbo is.
Yeah.
Like that whole space where Dumbo is, I think could easily be Toontown.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, did we need the water
No,
feature
no,
area?
water thing is the actual worst because sorry, Brooks, but you're not going to get soaking wet at Magic Kingdom to then
Right.
now you're stuck wet. I mean, I guess I could pack in clothes, but no.
Agree.
And then what is over to the left of that is just what, a meet and greet area?
Yeah,
But it's
the tent with the meet and greet, and then there's the store, Storybook Circus or whatever,
yeah.
Storybook
No,
Suites.
that could easily make it a miniature Toontown. I don't care.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like knock out some houses. Maybe like Donald moved out
That's
with just
fine.
like, yeah, it was. I remember like the big oversized like mailbox and the bit. I don't know. It just was cool to like go in the house and see like Minnie had a fish. I don't know. Relatable.
Yeah. No, that could
So
be,
we should have kept it. That's where you're at.
yeah.
Especially, sorry, aside, we're getting like Cars Land. We're getting Villain
Well,
Land.
I was just gonna go with this, but I didn't want to be real negative. All right.
Oh
And
shit. Sorry.
yeah, so but now you just opened up the can of worms. If we're like Toontown feels like that belongs in
Right.
Kingdom.
Yes. I think that like
Villain does not belong in Magic Kingdom.
I would put villains in like Epcot before I would put them in
Yeah,
Magic Kingdom. Like,
yeah,
why do we want bad guys in the good guy land?
it doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't get it.
I'll
Also,
never
like, could we have just relocated Stitch's Great Escape / Alien Encounter and like put a house there? It could be like a house scavenger hunt across the property. I don't know.
something instead of
Something.
building.
Great. We're starting off so positive.
Okay.
Okay. I think I mentioned this one before, but the Pixar Play Parade was legendary and
Yeah.
is always missed. What about Paper Fast Pass?
Okay. Cool. Yes. Sure. That I'm like, I'm okay that we're listing that because like it was okay, but not now because now you got to pay for the fast passes. But I think it was upgraded to like the digital fast passes with the Magic Band. At least you still had fast passes at the time. And I mean, I guess what you're okay, you're making that face at me because you're meaning because it was easy to just go and get any and all rides.
Yes, there was no commitment ahead of time. I didn't need to wake up at 7 in the morning on vacation and pre-mediate
That's
what
I don't have to do that anymore.
I don't know anything about this anymore. Fast Pass,
Okay,
it's lost the magic for me. The magic is gone.
that's fair, but that's because
Yeah.
yeah, I believe that because when I just went with my parents and I had our fast passes like set up a week in advance. I
Oh, so you
mean,
kept all of them.
yeah, I'm telling you, we did like the entire Magic Kingdom park in 3 hours.
And you paid for like the lowest level fast pass, whatever it was for the day. You didn't pay for the like $450
Oh,
Magic Kingdom only.
God, no.
So you paid like $30 a person or something.
Yes, which is still
A lot.
that is still crazy,
And
especially when you're with like a lot of people. Now, if I was to live there, obviously I have different opinions because I'm not going to be spending $30 every single day.
well, but okay, how many rides could you book ahead of time?
We could book three, but then right when we checked into one, you can book another.
And were there tiers of rides?
There are tiers of rides, but Magic Kingdom's pretty.
Well, that's because you don't care about Peter Pan, but okay.
Actually, Mom and I rode Peter Pan that trip.
I
Thank you.
remember. True.
So,
Okay, so you like weeks ahead of time
what?
purchased Fast Pass 1 week, purchased paid for Fast Pass, and then you pre-planned like presumably you still had to have some knowledge of the game, like book the good stuff early because it's gonna run out.
Yes, yes and no. Well, yeah, I guess so. But I was more like, okay, we're doing one loop around Magic Kingdom. Like I wasn't gonna convince Dad to go
Like
to
back and
People
forth.
Mover and then to the Jungle Cruise and then to Space Mountain and then to Pirates. Like we had to do one loop.
Know
So
your audience. Love
yeah.
that. Okay,
Okay, but going back, let's we're not talking about Genie Plus, okay?
you're right. You're right.
We're talking about when
Well, but you've kind of changed my mind now because those were all my big drawbacks. The money part, yes, sucks. But if you're saying basically it's paper fast pass ahead of time, because paper fast pass you could only get one in a window also.
right, but let's okay, let's take out Genie Plus and let's
Yep.
just go from when paper fast passes went to digital fast pass. Like everybody got 3 a day with your ticket.
Oh yeah.
Like I think that's what isn't that how it went?
Yep, yep. There was like a one you could do like one top tier and two lower tiers, I think. Yeah.
I don't even remember the tiers, but I'm pretty sure it went from paper fast passes to like everybody got 3 a day.
Yes.
So if we're comparing that, then I think, yeah, where Disney is growing with the times, you know?
Well, that was a ripoff for me too, but like you said, and we could play this like all day long about being a local or like knowing more than the average person, but like I definitely knew how to play the fast pass system on multiple levels in a
Right.
way that like not in breaking any rules, but just like run to this one at this time, bring a friend with you so that you can get everybody's ticket, like
Yeah,
whatever the things were, you could really maximize the game. Whereas like I feel like once it's regulated, it's like
fair enough.
maybe literally fair enough. Maybe it's like more equitable because like everybody has same opportunity. I don't know. I miss it. I loved it.
Fair enough. All right.
Whatever. Okay. Um, Kristen Rebello, one of our VIPs, said ESPN Club. Yes. And it was originally mentioned by Emily Schulander. What a great name. Um, do you miss it?
Oh, oh, I miss it.
We
I
have some memories
I
there.
the best memories at ESPN Club.
I I remember like making
Yeah.
shirts for those
Oh,
events. I
yeah.
took balloons one year.
So I started, I don't know how it started, but I was young, wild, and free.
Yeah.
And the Super Bowl, Patriots are in the Super Bowl. And I think maybe just because I knew that if they won, they were going to be there on Monday. I don't really know how this
That
came
feels right.
about,
Sure.
but I ended up coming down there with you. And you don't even give two craps about football.
Nope.
I said, I'm coming down to like watch the Super Bowl. And we had to try to get like a seat at ESPN. And for the Super Bowl, they would do $100 minimum per person, but like you could you have to eat like eat and drink $100 worth of food, but you're charged $100 no matter what.
Yep.
I mean, we got lucky to get our table.
I think we called in a favor once.
I think we did too.
Yeah.
I don't really remember. You
I
got
kind
yourself
of.
coffee and not me. That was rude.
Kai Kai. Come
That's
on.
really rude. Um, but I think the first one we ever went to was Patriots versus the Falcons, which was the greatest Super Bowl of all time for those who don't know. And
Yes.
it was the best day of my entire life.
You were pretty like unbelievably happy and you were surrounded by fellow fans.
I don't know. There was a lot of people who weren't Patriots fans. Not
True.
a lot of people don't like the Patriots. Okay, but irrelevant. ESPN was incredible. They had TVs in the bathrooms. Like
Yeah.
I would die to see ESPN.
It was, yeah, pretty legendary. And there was like the guy who now does like run Disney.
Like
He runs
Disney,
around with the camera and like does the live interviews
he
of the
does
runners.
like announcements, and he like has his own little podium, and he like sits there and announces stuff.
It wasn't Pelkey, was it?
I don't even remember,
Whoever
but
it
they were like
is.
out free stuff. Like I mean, we went on like Super Bowl days, but we also went to a game once that was just like a regular game,
Yeah.
and it still was, as Travis Kelsey would say, electric. What are you looking for?
Wow, electric.
It was so awesome. And
Yes. I'm still friends on Instagram with like one of our waitresses from one of
yeah.
those games. Like,
And I mean, obviously getting rid of it was an ESPN call, I think, but
yeah, but why they own ESPN?
yeah, that's true. So no excuses. They didn't have to take it away. They could have put it in Springs.
Right.
Because
And
Springs
there's
nowadays, I'll tell you, when we go down there on like Sundays, Kyle always wants to like watch the games.
and
It's
where do you
hard.
watch it?
Yeah, it's hard to find places to watch the game. There's one sports bar at Springs, uh,
CityWorks?
City Works. It's just like okay. Um,
Yeah.
and then they say like Coronado Springs has a sports bar, but
Rick's? No, it's not.
nothing compared to what ESPN was.
No,
Yeah,
no.
I miss it.
Yeah, a very odd call. And like Cake Bake, still haven't been there, but seems amazing. Seems like a fun,
I
nice.
oh, we kind of bashed it.
Wait, you went?
No, I said
Oh,
I won't.
oh
I said
yeah, we
we
bashed
bashed
it.
it that one day because we're nice,
Yes,
but I
yes.
like to experience it. If I did that
I
at the time,
I would love to experience it. We should. I'm about to invite myself, but like you, me, Ashton, and like Maylee should have like a girls' luncheon.
she would die.
That'd be so fun. I'd bring her a glow cube. It's fine. Um, yeah. So Cake Bake seems cool, whatever, but like, what a loss for.
Yeah,
I don't even like sport. I hate sports.
but it could have just gone. It could have just gone somewhere else. Like I don't know, put a new
Yeah.
ESPN at Spring somewhere. I don't know.
Yes.
Like
Yes. I don't. I don't get it, but whatever. Um, I miss. This is a random one, but I love 98 Degrees, the boy band, you know it.
Mhm.
Um, and I remember meeting them at Hollywood Studios
Oh,
because yeah, there used to be a place there called the Writers Stop or Shop. Writers Stop. It's now Baseline Tap House.
okay.
It was like a little coffee place, but that's like where I met 98 Degrees. They were just like selling CDs and whatever. And that, again, another like Hollywood random thing used to be very common. They would just have like artists because it was like Hollywood.
Duh.
So miss that. Somebody commented something similar. Um, Emily Schulander mentioned Boardwalk Magic in general. So like she mentioned ESPN, but also Ample Hills, which is gone
Mhm.
now.
Oh my
That
God.
was such a
Oh,
quick move.
that was the best ice cream ever.
It was very good. Big River Grill is gone. I had some good meals at Big River Grill. It was also
Yeah,
always easy to get in, so
they
maybe
really
that's why.
did get rid of a lot of restaurants there. And I never say it correctly, but the Italian place used to do an awesome breakfast, like meet and greet situation.
Somebody
And
wrote that.
the
Yep.
character breakfast with like Flynn and Punzi and then
Yep.
Ariel and Eric. Was that it? That might have
I
been
think
it.
there was one more couple, but I don't remember who it was.
Anyways, it was so awesome and it had the most like the breakfast was themed so beautifully. Remember you could get like a breakfast in a frying like a
Yep.
Rapunzel.
Like a skillet. Yep.
Yeah, that was those were that was good.
I agree. And we love you and I like are always down for the chicken parm there, but the breakfast still is good, but was super good. And like what a unique character
Yeah, it's a
experience.
character experience than what you usually get.
Yeah.
And but they also mentioned the street performers. We used to love those street performers.
Yes. Yes. They were so cool. And like what a neat value add.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then did somebody say I didn't know this. Jelly Rolls is going away?
They just announced it.
That's crazy. It's like I
They put
guess
they said they're moving.
to where?
Maybe Springs, but also maybe somewhere. I don't know.
Well, then the boardwalk better find some stuff to put in the spaces because I haven't been there, but there is that one cool bar, like a magic bar or something, right?
Abracadabra. Yes.
Yeah. I've never been there, but I think the vibe
It's
looks
cool. It's very small. I would say there's maybe 5 tables inside.
okay. So
Small tables.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Because now I'm just thinking of the value of staying at the boardwalk, which yes, you get, of course, you can walk to Epcot, which that can't
And
be replaced,
studios.
but and studios, but you're losing a lot of value there.
Yeah, you're losing a lot of value. I also, again, just like from the business perspective, would love to know more because I did you ever go to Jelly Rolls? You said no.
No,
Me
I
neither. And
always
I'm
want,
me too.
which I guess
Um,
that's on us, right?
it's on us. But I also, for me, it's a drinking thing. Like, if I'm gonna go there and drink, I don't want to drive home, and I live here, so like that's just like a lot of planning and commitment to like Uber there and like whatever. So I never did it. But I would imagine they made like a good amount of money for people who drank around the world, ended
Yeah,
at Boardwalk, went to Jelly Rolls, continued to blow money.
right.
I think there was a cover.
I think there was too.
So
I
like
never went because it was a little past my bedtime, you know?
also past my bedtime. But like when you're on vacation and it's like, I don't know, the right group, you're like not a drinker,
Oh, for sure.
whatever. But like if you're on like a bachelorette weekend or like of girls, some kind of
Well,
fun group,
um, my brother and my parents were just there for a wedding, and
yeah,
their party, because they did like the Epcot fireworks, and then their after party was at Jelly Rolls.
like genius.
Yeah, yeah.
What a
So
good venue.
that's a real bummer that they're leaving.
Yeah, I'd like to know more. Um, but yeah, so what does the boardwalk have now? They have cake bake, they have
Abracadabra,
abracadabra, they have trattoria al forno, but just like regular food, not
not
character dining.
which is
It is
amazing
good.
Italian
Uh,
food. If not,
Underrated.
definitely recommend.
Yep.
Um,
What's like where Big River was? Do you know?
I don't know.
I can't remember. Yeah. There's Atlantic Dance Hall if that's still there. I also have never been in there.
Me either. That's why I'm thinking it's just a picture.
I think it's like people just use it as like rental space.
Well, that's a waste of space.
Yes. There's
Yeah,
the
I feel
pool
like
if you're
there would
staying at Yacht and Beach. That's cool, but like very particular. You have to be staying there.
be staying there. Yeah, I wasn't there another restaurant or
Beaches
no?
and Cream is cool and still there.
But that you
There's
consider that boardwalk? I consider that beach club.
oh, true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I see. We're just staying like to the left. Um, the Boardwalk Bakery, and then there's like a pizza window.
So the bakery still exists even with cake bake.
I think the bakery is still there, and I think I'm really speaking out of turn here, but I think they like expanded into that like Ample Hills
You're
space.
right. You're right. Well, last time I was there, that is true.
Yeah. Which like how many baked goods do we need?
But well, I guess so. You have like the affordable ones and the not affordable cake bake.
True,
But
true, true. Yeah.
I'll tell you, everybody that I've seen that has went there said that that's like incredible.
Yeah, the food is like very good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm. We need to try. Maybe those $25 flights should just be a trip to cake bake. Um,
Great. That would be actually a really fun video. Hey, Bruin. Um, yeah, like just fly down, do cake bake and leave.
and leave.
I'm into it. Sounds
That'd
like
be
a
great.
TikTok.
Yeah, really. Okay, next.
Um, Emily also mentioned, and this one like blows my mind, Disney's Magical Express.
Okay, I read this and I was kind of like, she's right.
It's not applicable to me, but tell me more.
Because when you really think about it, you like land at the airport and you got your luggage and you go onto the Magical Express, and it is kind of like, okay, vacation has like started. We're on our way. We're gonna get dropped off. Like no cares anymore, you know? You're like on the bus. Now
I
it's
support,
like, okay, we gotta get our luggage and we rent a car, so we gotta get the rental car. Now I gotta get the GPS going. We're figuring out
yeah.
how to get there. I don't know, it's a little different. It
But
adds to the experience.
don't you think that that's also like a function of your like moment in time? Like you have a kid now, so I feel like you'd rent a car anyway because of going to the parks and no?
Probably so. I don't know. I guess I did the park so much differently then.
Right.
I would, I sound so snobby about the bus situation, but like, I just really don't like a Disney bus.
What don't you like about it?
I, I think as I have gotten older, I have more anxiety
Oh
and
gosh.
I can't, the idea of just being crammed into this bus of shoulder to shoulder people, knowing that one of them can throw up at any time, really just like skeeves me and I just can't do it. I just like,
But you'll do like a monorail.
yeah, but I feel like, I mean, I guess, yes, the monorails, they do cram you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, for the most part, unless you get like stuck on the monorail because of traffic, they're pretty quick. So I'm like,
Okay. Oh yeah,
pretty
because you're like on a bus for like a longer distance.
you are on the bus for a longer distance. And now with Brooks, the bus is even more aggravating because you got to fold up the dang stroller.
I see.
And
Yep.
that, I feel that, I mean, I used to remember watching people fold up the strollers and like feeling bad, especially when you take your sleeping child out of the stroller to like fold
Yep.
up the stroller. I've always felt bad. But now as a parent, it's like, do you know how much freaking shit that you keep in those strollers? And now you got to fold it up and it's probably going to go everywhere. And now someone's holding the kid and someone's lugging the stroller. And
Somebody's crying, maybe the
oh,
mom.
so
I totally agree. And it's exactly like you said. It's not that like folding a stroller is hard. It's all the stuff you have on the stroller.
uh, oh my
Yeah.
God. So, okay, going
Heard.
back,
Heard.
it's hard to say, like, if Magical Express still existed, would we still rent a car? I don't know.
Tough, right? Well, but I will say the magical part of Magical Express to me in my mind, and I'm biased because my husband used to work for the company, was the bag delivery.
Yes and no to that because I don't know if I really took advantage of that often because you never know how long it's going to take for you to get your bag.
True, true,
So sometimes for me, I'm like, I need to change my outfit and like get to Magic Kingdom pronto.
true.
Uh,
Then you just like pack a better carry-on.
yeah, yeah, and you just plan better.
Yeah. But okay,
See,
all
I
right.
don't, yeah, I don't know if Magical Express still existed, if
Yeah.
I would have known that I could rent a car for $100.
Oh, because like you just wouldn't have looked into it, you mean?
I just wouldn't have looked into it because I
Right.
have transportation staying on Disney property,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So now I know that we can rent a car for $100 for 4 days, whatever, and have that convenience. So like I don't know, you know what I mean?
Yes. Yes. A car is also nice for like a Target run or like I think about that a lot because a lot to me, a big part of the expense of a Disney trip is like bottled water. I don't know, like
Yeah,
amenity, basic things you need, like breakfast. You could save so much money if you just got like apples and peanut butter from
for
Target.
for sure. Well, we do like instant cart now, even when we have the
True.
car,
You
which is
you do instant cart and does it come directly to your room or you have to go to Bell Services or how does that work?
we have to go. We've actually each time we've done Instacart, it's been like a whole ordeal, so we should probably stop. But um we have to pick it up at like the
Bell
front desk.
Services. Oh
Yeah,
yeah. And do you pay per bag like from Disney?
no,
Good.
have
That's
not had
good.
an issue. There was one time, now we're off track. There was one
I
time
know.
when we flew in and we did a Target pickup order and we just picked it up on our way. That was great. Then
Yeah.
the last two times we've done Instacart, but that's because we got in at like 10 p.m. and we weren't going to
Yeah.
take more time to go do a Target pickup order, but we need like milk for Brooks and whatever. So we end up doing Instacart, but
I wonder if there's a way to like let them know, like I'll tip you an extra $10 if you just drive to my building. It's different if you're at like Pop Century versus I don't know, the Floridian. You can't like drive to the building at the Floridian, but
well, because we were both times we were at Old Key West and
you
it's
could
like,
drive there. Yeah.
yeah, I think it just gets confusing for people who are not on property
True.
often.
True.
And yeah, so anywho, okay,
Interesting. That's a hot take.
next.
Um, oh, this one got me too. And I this is like a long story that I'll try to summarize. I had so many like legendary, iconic Disney items at one point that I years ago, 8 years ago, 10 years ago, gave to like an eBayer that I knew very well, to sell because I was like, we need money. I don't need five purple monorail Epcot mugs. She can sell them for me. And like I just like never heard from her again, which is like
Oh,
half on me, half on her. But anyway, in that was also this thing that someone mentioned, Disney dollars.
I don't remember these.
You don't?
No.
Do you understand the concept?
Well, no.
Okay, so they printed like gift certificates basically in dollar bill form, but like Mickey was on the
Yeah.
one, Don, whatever. And they had like ones, fives, tens, twenties, whatever. So you could give your kid like, or yourself, whatever, like 100 Disney dollars, and they then could use it to pay for like a gift card.
Oh, that's really cute.
But it was like dollars, right? So they could like
Yeah.
budget and like see it. It was tangible. A gift card is like less
It,
attached.
yeah.
Yeah. Disney dollars were very cool.
Wow, that's a bummer.
Yes, and I just watched a YouTube or something of somebody who like bought Disney dollars from eBay and they spent at the cost of the Disney dollars, they spent $75 on one Mickey's Premium ice cream bar to like use the $5 bill or whatever it was. I was like,
So you can still cash them in at
you
Disney.
could definitely still count cash them in. I remember they had like serial numbers on them, so people wanted like low serial number, like real money. People do this too, I guess. And then there were like editions. You could get like Stitch was on them for a while, princesses were on them for a while, right? But like if you were into that, or you could get like a low number.
Wait,
Yes.
somebody DM'd me
Super
after
Bowl.
our rant. No, somebody DM'd me after our rant about Stitch.
Yep.
And I just need to put this out here and I kind of understand it now. She said, I'm not going to, now I can't like say it like verbatim, but along the
Yep.
line, people like Stitch because he's like different and people who relate to him just like feel like they're a little different maybe. And yeah,
I mean, yes, I buy into that. I follow that. Yes. I think there are plenty of different Disney characters out there.
yes, but like Stitch is like, he's like, I don't know. Like,
Slobbery,
no, like, have you not seen the movie?
Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, have you seen the movie Lilo and Stitch?
Yeah.
Like I like his storyline is kind of like he like doesn't belong, but he like wants to be, right? Like,
So Hunchback of Notre Dame. Okay, great. Got it.
okay, I hear you.
I like that you're like looking out for the people. I think it's a beautiful attribute. I I love Stitch. Stitch was the first character AJ ever met at Disney with me, and it was like it's like a core memory for me because they like interacted and AJ was immediately like, I get it. Like this is cool. Um, so I love Stitch. I would never buy a Stitch item. You're not going to find Stitch in my house, but like I'm
Yeah,
glad he's around. I'm glad he never has a line. I'm glad like
all right.
he, I get it. I just don't get. I mean, like Mushu's pretty freaking weird. Why don't we have like Mushu on everything?
Yeah, I guess if we're going into that aspect of like, sure.
I think there's like other he's cool. I mean, he's like so oversold.
He really is very, very popular. Yeah. Okay, moving on.
Yes. Great.
We
Can't
can't,
wait for the live action.
we can't go into the Stitch again. Okay.
I know.
I can
Um,
wait for the
someone
live. Okay.
you can what?
I can wait.
I think it's gonna be cool.
No, okay, moving on. Go.
Okay. Also I love that it's a live action and it's gonna be entirely CGI. Okay, great. Um, non-expiring park tickets.
Okay. Yes, obviously. Who doesn't miss those, right? Now,
Yes.
this one, we always say, like, I just wonder, from a business standpoint, why they made these decisions. Now, this decision was obviously made from a business standpoint, and I can understand it, okay? I can get it.
Yeah.
Um, however, there used to be tickets where, like right now, if you buy a park ticket, you have to use them in so many days.
Yes.
Like literally, like you
14.
day park ticket, I feel like you got to use them in like 4 days. Okay,
Yeah.
like crazy to me. Now, if they could do an option where it's like you buy, I'm not gonna say 10 days because I believe if you plan to go to the parks 10 days, then you should look into an annual pass. I believe it's
Sure.
remotely the same price. But like, let's go a 5 day ticket, a five
Yeah.
or like 7 day ticket that has to be used. You can put an expiration date on it. I'd be fine with that. But like a year,
Yeah.
that would be a game changer for like me and our family, or like specifically like my parents who just went down with us and then a month later went down with my brother and my sister-in-law. Like if they could have bought something like that, I don't know.
I totally agree. I think about this a lot, actually, like maybe more than I should. Um, Also from the perspective of like in investments. Um, Park tickets are going to go up every year until the end of time. I don't think Disney's like going away. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
in a bubble, but um, so like, should I buy 50 3-day tickets now at their current price because they're going to keep going up? Because imagine if I had bought them 10 years ago.
I know, but they expire.
No, they don't. They expire once you activate them. I think. Maybe that's wrong, but I think it's once you open it,
No.
you
See, when you buy a park ticket, you have to select the days that you want.
no. I mean,
Yeah.
yes, because you have to have like a reservation.
No, you have to like because the price
Oh,
fluctuates. So you have to
you're
literally go in and select the day you want.
so what you're this is we should do a whole episode on this because I'm confused. Okay. This Oh my gosh, you're right.
Yeah, we just did this with my mom. And like my mom ended up getting tickets through AAA, I think, because there was like a
Yep.
small discount. But
Yep.
even then, she had to select the day that she wanted her tickets to start on.
Wait, is this expirational? This one's not. Okay, so there I see like Disney Florida resident tickets that expire. You can use it like any day in a window of 2025. This says you can pick a park hopper or not, park hopper plus, which
Yeah.
means like water parks. I'm not seeing like an expiración, but maybe. I gotta look into it. Very interesting because that
Yeah.
changes my opinion. Um, the
And I
future,
you were to buy if like from a okay, that's where I was going with this. From a business, and I thought about this before we got on here.
yep,
From a business standpoint, like an annual pass per se. But so we're gonna say anything below 10 days, okay? So if you could buy a 7-day ticket that has to be used from like the day you use it for 1 year,
yeah.
then I think Disney would make out because you're telling like I can almost bet that so many people would buy these tickets thinking they're going to use them and then something comes up or something and they just left 2 days on their ticket and they expire and it's like, oh well.
You
Now
are so right. This is blowing my mind.
the ticket situation?
Well, and yeah, and yes, the way you just described it, like, because my initial thought was like the idea of paper tickets to digital tickets probably lost them some money because think of all the times you lost your paper ticket
Oh yeah.
and then you're just like SOL. Whereas
Right.
now, if it's digital, like you have it, it's in the app. We all know it's official. You can have a screenshot, like all the things. It's very much saved. So they
Yeah.
have to give it to you. You're not going to lose it. So to me, that's like a business loss case. But because with gift cards, randomly, people lose. That's what they count on is that you're going to like
Right.
forget you have it, lose it, whatever. But what you're saying is like it expires, it there are like date limitations. You're
Well,
gonna
I'm saying that like right now, if you bought a park ticket, it's like you have to use it within like 7 days. It's crazy. Like within 7 days. Now I'm saying why can't they give us a option? They used to do this where you could buy X amount of days, but they would expire, but like give me the expiration date in a year. Tell me that if I start it
yeah,
on
because you know
February
you're gonna come like
14th,
for two
that
5-day trips. Yeah.
yeah, then I have a 7-day park ticket that has to be used by February 14th, 2026. But do you know how many people would just be like, sure, they have 2 days left on their year park ticket thing, but life happens and now they didn't end up making it down there, but they had already purchased this. Well, Disney just made out.
That's wild.
Yeah, I don't know.
I I wish we could have it if it's not possible. I wish we could get like insights financially into not just tickets, but like all the things we discussed today and like just to know like how much more are
Yeah.
they making on these tickets now? Because there's a lot of changes. They're digital, so they don't have a print cost. They expire. You have to like pick the day. There's dynamic pricing. So you have
And
to
I'm still stuck on my like, just say they sold you a 7 day ticket versus an annual pass, right? Because like an annual pass, there's people who have annual passes which Disney is losing money from because
Me.
those people are in the parks, at least once a week minimum.
Yep.
But then there's people like us where we just probably make the cusp of like making it worth our while.
Right.
Where if they did like a 7 day park ticket, I think they would end up making more money.
Well, then now we're also talking about like psychology because I think that there's a piece to that puzzle for you, as an example, that like you have an annual pass. So if you have a free 4 days off of work or life or whatever, you're 100 times more likely to come here than anywhere else because you've already paid for all the entertainment.
That is true because that's literally what happened and why we're going down with the McGills in March.
Right.
But I'm saying if okay, when my annual pass expires
Yeah.
first, we're not renewing because we don't know when we will be
Yeah,
back.
you're like, yeah.
Now, for me, if there was an option to buy like a 7 day park ticket that didn't expire for a year and it was, I don't know, $400 cheaper than an annual pass, like I think I would consider that because you're talking $400. Now you're talking times two for me and Kyle. So now you're talking $800. And like I would probably consider that.
Yeah.
I don't,
I
you get what I'm saying?
I
I don't know. There's a lot of pros and cons to this, but
yes.
I think that Disney would make money.
That's what I'm saying. I wish I could see the financial, like their side of it and the data.
Yeah, it's just fascinating. Anyways, I do, needless to say, yeah, I do miss unexpired park tickets, but from a business standpoint, I understand why they made that happen. However, why couldn't they like make the best of both worlds?
Yes.
That
Yes.
that's where I was going with that.
I no, I hear that. I hear that. I
Because
think
I we're very, very, very fortunate, right, that we have annual passes and that we go to Disney as much as we go and yada 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 yada. Now we're DVC, and of course, like this is just like part of our life and it's like our lifestyle and it's what we do.
sure.
Ever since I went with like my parents and we were like looking at the prices for tickets and whatnot, it really is just like astronomical. And this trip that we just booked with the Remolards, and I'm like, no freaking wonder people look at me like I'm a dang nut job for going to
Yep.
Disney time because they think I'm paying thousands of dollars every time we go,
Yep.
which thankfully we do not, and we wouldn't be able to.
Yep. Yep. I think that the phenomenon you're describing, I've heard in other arenas as well, and like I've heard it called poor tax, which is like really fucked up. Beep. Um, but like it applies also when I fly, for example. I don't have a JetBlue credit card. I don't have status. I don't have whatever. So I pay for my seat and then I pay for my bags and then I pay for my seat selection and then I pay for my whatever, all the stuff you have to freaking pay for to go in the skyboat. And it ends up being the same or more expensive than like if you amortized having I'm just using JetBlue as an example, a JetBlue credit card with an annual fee, but like it gets you free bags, it gets you priority upgrades, it
Yeah,
gets you whatever. Yes, you're paying more up front, like
for like
because
$100.
sure, but then like for you, I know definitely works out because then you get like
Yes.
you use the perks over time, and you're able to plan, you're able to fortunately have that money up front to put it there rather than needing to like save until your trip to only buy it during travel, which is then like you get taxed at a premium because whatever. Same with Disney. I think we're just like so lucky that we can buy, we know, yes, gratitude, but also like we know that we can pay for the annual pass up front because we know we're going to use it. We know that you don't
Right.
always
Like
have to stay on property. You don't always have to rent
I'm
direct
thinking
prices.
about like in the future for me individually of like I'm not gonna have an annual pass forever. Like we're gonna let it expire in March.
Sure.
And what happens the day that we grow our family and we have two kids, like I'm not gonna be able to just go down to Disney and when we have multiple kids, you know what I mean?
I don't know. Ashton does it.
That
She
is
does a
true.
great job.
Yeah, but or even like the family, like what happens when we have like two kids who are now above three? Like I'm not gonna have it in us to be buying 4 annual passes.
Yep.
Now you're talking we're going to be going to like Disney once a year, and those ticket costs are just so astronomical. Like
Right. Right.
it's it's crazy. I don't know.
It is. It's totally and it's like you have to feed everybody. You have no idea how many times a day you're going to be hungry because you're like walking. So always I see like the walking posts. Your brother just did some of like, we did like so many steps
Yeah.
on this trip.
Yeah.
People just like don't realize you might be hungry or you're going to be like running back and forth more. You're going to be looking for convenience because you spent all this money to be there. It's just like a whole different trip experience than like the way that we do it.
It, yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy to like eat McDonald's for dinner
Of
because
course.
I don't need I can go tomorrow. But
Right.
like if it's your once in a lifetime opportunity, you're buying the $27 balloon. And that I mean that's like a dinner for three at McDonald's. Like
Maybe not nowadays, but yeah.
well, true, true.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
Anyways,
It's just like yeah, it's a lot. It's unbelievable. I feel it a lot more when we go to California.
yeah, and that's a perfect example too. It's like we go to California and we're like really put in our place because those free.
Yes.
And I mean, I the last time we were in California was for the Halloween race, and it
Yep.
was 5,000 billion degrees. And I'll tell you, if I was at Walt Disney World with an annual pass, you wouldn't have caught me in the parks. But because
Nope.
I paid hundreds of dollars for those park tickets, it was like we better suck it on up and just stay hydrated and deal with this weather because
Yes.
you're there. I don't know. It's kind of that's where I do think. I mean, I don't. It'll be interesting to see like Disney in 5 years, as it always is, right?
Yes.
And I do think Disney right now is like at its high.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. I think social media has really helped Disney,
I totally agree.
and I think it's like really like at its peak. But I've also seen just like let's just like talk in the small shop world of so many small shops have just they're gone, right? They don't
Yes.
exist anymore from like when I started, when you started, there was
Yep.
a whole
Yep.
group and there's really a handful of us that still exist now. There's other new small shops who have came about, but I'm talking like the
Oh,
OGs
geez.
are
Yeah.
gone. And even those people who like used to be Disney small shops, they no longer even go to the parks like they used to, right?
Yep. Yep.
So I just wonder if the social media will like die down. Now I don't like you're never gonna see a drop of prices in Disney.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Never gonna happen. But I will just be like, it would just be curious to see. I don't know.
No, you're right. It's also like more crowded than it's ever been. So like there's only room to release some pressure.
Right. But then now you're talking like, okay, but are the new expansions gonna release that pressure?
True.
Which the
True.
expansion comes, they obviously like need more money to then pay for those. I don't know. It'll just like
Yep. And we have like Universal coming in hot with Epic Universe.
right.
So like
Now you're talking competition, which competition raises prices. So I don't know. I don't know.
right.
But will they ever throw a special at us like a 7 day non-expired park ticket?
That would be the dream. Or like paper fast passes for one day
Right.
only.
Yeah.
Wheel out the kiosks.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would love that. Pro
Anyways,
pro tip, if you ever see a fast pass machine, again, there's like a secret thing in the back that you can press to like get a fast pass.
really, where would you see such a machine?
Usually there was like a cast member standing behind the machines, like helping people.
Oh,
Um, we'll never see them again. It's not gonna exist. I'm just saying they were there and it's fun to know about.
fair enough.
So
I feel like we now need a part three.
I do too, because there are so many like on here that we didn't even touch.
I know. All right, so part three
Yes.
coming.
Sorry about our side stream there, friends at home.
Is that is not the point?
I think it is the point. I just like
I,
to throw that out there.
I hope that's the point at least.
I'm screaming like everybody's like park ticket prices. Yes, we should do.
Well, that's what I mean. And I guess I would love to know, are there people out there? There has to be, obvious. There it's no question. People who used to like go, let's say there's people who used to take 2 trips a year, okay?
Yeah,
If you took 2 trips a year, then you probably don't have an annual pass because that's
sure.
not unless you're going for like 2 full weeks. Do you still go 2 trips a year? Do you now go 1 trip a year? Do you only go every other year? Like
What's the mitigating factor you said? Like this many years later in like today's climate or like what?
and money wise.
Yeah. You're saying like if you used to go 2 times a year, now it's like
You
are you
go
outpriced?
yeah, are you outpriced?
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Actually, I have talked to friends of ours who have said that like they're getting outpriced by Disney.
I say to AJ all the time, if we didn't live here, we couldn't afford to come.
That's exactly what I mean. Like
No
as
way.
soon as we're like I'm not gonna be able to have our annual passes.
It's it's a lot. Yeah.
And I mean I would like the reason why we are going in March is because we have annual passes
Sure.
and it ended like our flights are dirt cheap
Yep.
on, and whatever it ends up being cheaper for us to go to Disney because we have an annual pass.
Yep.
If we didn't, we would not be going. But I don't know, it's just fascinating.
It's yeah, very fascinating.
Okay,
I want to close and say I want to throw an idea at you that I just had. Um, and I would like to also hear what the people have to say at home.
okay,
What if we did like one live recording where like we did this, but people were like chatting in like a thread, like a
yeah.
messaging thread that could hear us live? Because I would love to hear people's like or read and then discuss people's like real-time feedback about like
Our
if
rant.
yeah, if people were like, yes, overpriced, yes, yes, or if they were like, this is boring, move on. That
I
would be
know,
like a
I know,
fun game.
I I know. Because are we just ranting to ourselves and we're just making ourselves believe something, or is everybody
Right,
else? I don't know.
right.
Yeah.
Love it. Let us know.
Alrighty, we'll part three next week.
Part three. Strap in.
All right, we'll see you then.
Bye. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.